Tall people of Reddit, what is a not so obvious problem you have to deal with? If you're doing the dishes for a longer period of time, your back starts hurting, because most kitchens are built for medium-small heights. Also, sitting in university for 90 minutes. Legs are long, need space, don't know where to go. Not just kitchens. I have had a few jobs where everything is built for average height people, and at the end of a 12+ hour shift my back is killing me. When I'm at a bar talking to 3 people all below 5 feet 4 inches and music is playing, I can't hear a freaking thing and will have to crouch a bit or stand in a power split to lower my head to them. This is the one. It's so hard to have conversations. How hard it is to take a bath. I swear tubs are designed for short people. I'm only 6 feet 1 and it's still hard to find a bath I can fit into without having to lift my legs out of it. I wish as a 6 feet 7 dude to just have the feeling of a relaxing rub bath. Ain't ever going to happen. My butt hurts. Look at how an average chair is designed. Your butt and thighs rest on it and your feet just rest on the ground, ideally speaking. Now imagine if the seat were much lower. Now your feet hit the ground too soon and your knees are propped up a bit. Your thighs no longer touch the seat of the chair, and all your weight falls on your butt. This is a problem everywhere. It becomes impossible to sit comfortable with proper posture. Long drives become torture sessions unless the front of the seat can tilt up. Oh my god, you just explained why I find so many chairs uncomfortable. I didn't even realize it. And it also explains why I find my car's seat so incredibly comfortable as well. Because it does exactly that for me. Walking behind people thinking it'll be okay, then boom. Spider web. They were just short enough to miss it, and I'm just tall enough for it to hit me in the face. Also, plants inside malls. I swear they refuse to hire anyone over 5 feet 7 inches for that job. It's often a bee finding clothes that fit. A lot of brands I can't get the jeans I want in the store. They have to be ordered online or in store and shipped. A lot of brands assume that if you are long you are also wide. Same for shoes. Tall people tend to have large feet, and so many shoes aren't made above like a size 12. And often, even if they are, shoes that look nice in normal sizes look like clown shoes at bigger sizes. Thing is, I'm not even very skinny. I'm 6 feet 2 inches and about 220 pounds. But if I can find pants long enough, they are also super baggy around my waist. But it also doesn't help that I have no butt to hold my pants up either. Nice collared shirts you wear with ties. Can't find those in stores either. Really have to order those. Sleeves aren't long enough or my neck is too big. Clothes may be obvious, but it seems like I never can buy proper shirts. They are either too big or fit right, but end up shrinking at some point and aren't long enough. My back hurts pretty much all the time. Man, finding a shirt I like in a tall size is like winning the lottery. It just never happens. You can never get a bed that has one of those sticky up bits at the foot of the bed, and for some reason those bed frames often cost more. Footboard is the word I think you're looking for. How people think of you. They expect you to be a brute. It's hard to walk up to a shorter person without them being concerned, especially because I'm not just tall, I also have broad shoulders, giant feet and whatnot. 6 feet 7. Traffic lights are always blocked by the top of the car if I'm in front, and the visor will block all but the 6 inches directly in front of the vehicle, making it useless. Traffic lights are always blocked by the top of the car if I'm in front. I never even realized that, but it's so true. Bad posture induced by things around you being designed for average sized people. Airplane and bus seats. The headrest is on shoulder height if you sit straight and forces you into rounded shoulder posture. Hairdresser. Hairdresser can't reach and asks you slide down in your chair. Parties. You constantly have to bend down to listen to conversations. Maintaining a good posture is a struggle when you are tall. What I have found out, 6 feet 7 dude, is that a bad posture, like bent back and rounded shoulders, seem more inviting to short people and help in converse. You look way more intimidating standing upright, chest forward, all that crap. This is a problem not mentioned often. Climbing stairs, haha. I have 2 issues with it. I have size 13 feet which don't fit on stairs, so I use only the toes to climb. Sometimes very dangerous, especially on my way down. I'm well above the AVG height of my country and the stair height is such that it feels weird to climb one stair at a time and I look like I'm a kid toying around when I have to skip 2 stairs at the same time sometimes. Haha. I never noticed that other people don't have this problem. Girl I worked with thought it was funny that I had to turn my feet sideways to walk down the stairs. Shower heads are too goddamn short. I'm not even that tall, 6'3", but it's a rare occasion that I'm somewhere taking a shower that I don't have to duck to get anything above my chin in the water. I'm 6'5", so it's pretty rare that I run into people who are taller than me. When I do I find it incredibly unnerving. Taller people make me feel really uneasy, like some sort of dysmorphia. I guess I'm just used to looking down at everyone. I know a guy who's over 7 feet and whenever I see him I want to scream. Also, concussions. 1. Being asked how tall are you followed by do you play basketball I reply with I'm 5 minutes and 16 seconds and no do you? 2. Hitting your kneecap hard against the 45-degree angle 2x4 support bars that are under long work desks at hospitals nursing homes when bringing your chair closer. 3. I had a cigarette put out on my forehead scar too. In a crowded dance club back when you could smoke. I was standing there and dumb girl with her arm in the air turned right around into me then had the audacity to yell at me for putting out her cigarette. 4. Take a close-up selfie of me and my short wife standing side by side. I have to squat or you get her eyes forehead and my mouth chin only in the picture. 5. No normal stores carry in stock 32x38 jeans. 6. Big and tall stores are just that. Big and tall. You can get 56x38 jeans but the store doesn't carry 32 waist. I need tall moth replicas. 6. I'm at any grocery store. I can see the short person next to me looking at that item way up there on the high shelf. Just ask me. This one doesn't bother me too much, but expect me to ask you to get me that once item on the shelf by the ground. I don't want to bend down as much as you don't want to jump or climb the shelves like a ladder. 7. The weather is fine up here. Your home is dumb. Like 3-year-olds. 8. My wife couldn't understand why I wanted a California king bed. Because my feet hang off every other bed I've been in since age 15. I have more butter I hate topping on mobile. Honestly, butter is my favorite topping on my cell phone. All college dorms usually have a standard 6-foot mattress and because of that, my feet will dangle off the end. Luckily my mom was smart enough to request a longer one, which they do have if you ask, so I didn't have to suffer too much. I do not get 6-foot mattresses. Even pretty normal sized people can't really fit on them. Let's say you've got a 5 minutes and 10-second sleeper. They have a pillow. The top of their head's 4 inches from the end of the bed, so they're already sticking out at the foot end. Shoes no longer come in half sizes after 13. Slim fit clothes are hard to find. My heart has to work harder to get blood to my extremities so my life expectancy is 8 years shorter. You also have an increased chance of cancer due to height. Sorry, 6 feet 6 inches guy here so I feel the pain. In crowded places it can be a struggle to carry a conversation because I literally can't hear you. It's especially difficult in a group. The conversation is happening at 5 feet 5 inches and I'm way up here in 6 feet 4 inches trying to follow. People think I'm aloof. Nope, just can't hear you when you're talking into my navel. Tripping on small pets and kids when walking around. Tipped over a 2-year-old once at a family gathering. 2-year-old was not injured. As for my beer that's a different story. Sorry for your loss man. Being a girl over 6 feet is really awkward for the following reasons. I always feel out of place. Guys are intimidated and never go for me. Always my shorter friends. I'm not fat and also not skinny so that also intimidates them because they think he'll crush them. A lot of back pain when you're cooking or washing dishes on normal sized counters. When crouching you feel like you're digging into the center of earth and coming up feels like you're in a rocket flying to space. Being the bodyguard of the group so they won't get into mosh tea with the creepy guys while drunk. Also getting into small spaces with limited leg room. Planes, buses, small cars, etc. is a huge pain. Finding pants that are fucking long enough for my legs. I always look like I am wearing pants for ages 3 years younger than me. Never being able to just hide in any situation. Everybody sees you as the first thing, and they keep on noticing you. Wear neutral colored clothing or clothes that are sort of singular color and blend well into each other. I get mistaken for a side of a door frame or a pillar so often it's really funny. I just sorta blend in into the background. I lean chairs on their back 2 legs all the time just so my upper legs and knees are at a comfortable angle. Also, having to squat underneath shower heads is a B. I will never be able to lie down in a bed without curling up. It's a force of habit now, not like I've ever been in a bed that can fit a 6 feet 3 inches person. Sleeping diagonally. 2. You get used to having space and then when you have to share it, it's all weird and how does sleeping work again? Kinda obvious but not one that people think about. Stretch marks. I'm not even super tall, just 6 feet 2 inches and I'll have these marks across my back for my entire life. When I was like 14 I went from 5 feet 9 to 6 feet 2 in a year and my shoulders are plagued with stretch marks. Going to the beach or the pool is pretty uncomfortable for me. A lot of sinks, counters and workspaces are made for people just a little shorter than me. Adds up to a fair amount of soreness. Your jeans fit around your hips or thighs but are 4 inches above your ankles. You gotta reach for high crap, like 9 or 10 or 11 feet high, that you can barely reach and the 5 feet 6 inches woman definitely can't reach. Growing pains, rapidly shifting weight. I would range from 10 to 25 pounds higher than the average weight of people my age. Disproportionism. I have to try on vehicles like I try on clothes. I both love and hate roadsters. They're beautiful, but I'd need 3 extra joints in my legs alone just to fit behind the wheel, and a few more neck vertebrae to close the top. Yup, and even then you still make compromises. There are certain basements or doorways I need to duck under. I crack my head on stuff all the time. I'm only 6 feet 5 so not like freakishly tall. Kissing can be annoying depending on how tall a girl is. Airplanes are a nightmare. Some cars, but I always end up getting shotgun. I'm clumsy AF considering the higher center of gravity. There's like 2 ways through the parking garage at work and both have places I have to duck. Older sports cars, the kind I like, are a tight fit. Sometimes my head hits the roof and or knees hit the dash, especially in Japanese cars. I bet you're good at basketball. I'm pretty uncoordinated, and that's my least favorite sport. Larger sized clothes are all made for fat people. Finding a comparatively slim tall sized shirt I like is rare. Working on standard countertops makes my back ache. Airplane seats suck. And at 6 feet 2 inches, I'm not even especially tall. At 6 feet 5 I can't fit in a Miata at all. Being tall is expensive. Clothes cost more, shoes cost more, you often need a bigger meal in a restaurant so you won't leave feeling hungry. Holidays cost more as you won't fit on a regular seat but need extra legroom. Groceries cost more as you need bigger meals. You need a bigger car or you won't fit behind the wheel and your kids won't fit behind you. All of this adds up fast. Most of it goes unnoticed but if you're 20% taller than most people chances are you'll spend 20% more on things compared to them as well. As a slim tall guy I constantly look like a stick. If I was a foot shorter and the same build width it'd look normal but being tall makes you look extra skinny. It'd be an impressive thing to see you at the same height and a foot shorter at the same time. Finding clothes that fit. Combing your hair down so it doesn't rub on the roof of your vehicle. Always changing the seat position in someone else's car or just constantly adjusting things to height in general. Finding a long enough blanket to fit me on my bed. Extra wide shoes. Being careful where you stretch your arms. Not being able to comfortably kiss someone who is shorter than me. Sleeping on a small couch. Bending down to look in a cabinet or fridge. Squatting in the shower and so on. LOL. Short people being like OMG you're so tall and I'm so short ahaha feel my 4 foot wrath. I get told stuff like that more than often. Every single time. Constantly feeling like I have to duck when going through doorways. I'm only 6 and a few apartments I've had doorways at 6'4" and I constantly had to duck or get that oh crap reflex. Yard tools aren't made for people who are 6 feet 5 inches. That crap hurts my back. Also, try finding clothes that are all big and tall. I'm a fairly skinny dude and I always have to go a size or two up just to get the length I need for shirts. Shoulder width is one of the more under the radar consequences of being 6 feet 6 inches. I can find clothes that fit my inseam and my abdomen fairly easily, but more often than not where I feel pinched buying new clothes is across the shoulders and under my armpits. It's not just about sleeve length, it's about the width and bulk across the top of your chest and shoulders. Another example is cars and public transportation. Plenty of larger cars and trucks have enough headroom for me, and with enough seat adjustments enough legroom, but my shoulders are wider than the armrests, which means I'm pressed up against the side of the car. And in public transportation, even if my butt fits in the seat, I know my shoulders are level and pushing into the personal space of the person next to me. Same thing sitting at a bar or restaurant with crowded seating. Planes. It's mentioned here and I'll mention it again. Planes. I don't fit in the seat, so I have to turn slightly left or right, so I end up encroaching on other people's space and hurting my back. And getting your foot run over by the drink cart in the aisle, since you literally can't fit your legs behind the seat in front of you. Hiding things on lower shelves is our equivalent of on top of the fridge. We don't always think to check down there. Also, FPS games can sometimes feel weird when you approach something and think I normally am taller than this. Makes the game feel weird for a while. Automatic hunch. I'm a tall gal who has to hunch to fit in her pickup truck. I could just tuck my tailbone under more, but I automatically hunch over. I have to remind myself to roll my shoulders back throughout the day. Hitting my head on crap. People always longingly blurt out, "Haha, it's because you are suicidal, yeah, no crap, you peasant midget." If only the world hasn't been destined around your inability to grow further than snack-sized human, I wouldn't be in a foul mood all the time, because I wouldn't hit my head on unexpected crap everywhere. If you're female and you're taller than the average male, they treat you very differently. No matter how you look, they are always distant, cold, and distrustful, because as a woman being taller than they are, you emasculate them or something. Like me standing up normally and being bigger than you, and you having to look up at someone, is an insult in and of itself. Taller men don't usually have a problem at all. It's only men who are shorter than you. They aren't used to being shorter than people they already look down on. Tall men, while they don't treat you with that cold distant feeling right away, don't ever consider you as a romantic partner. I've noticed that the taller are guys, the shorter they want their partners to be. I can guess why, but it winds up being awkward to everyone around them, and I'm not sure if they know that we all know why that is. You wind up being pretty invisible, which is troublesome. You get caught in a trap when you're chick. Either you don't get taken seriously, or you aren't even listened to at all. I'm sorry to hear that. 6 feet 3 inches here, and tall women always caught my eye. I've got a really long torso. It is not comfortable to sit for very long. It's looking like I'll need to buy a very expensive chair for my desk just so I can play video games without back pain. I have the opposite, really long legs. It's still uncomfortable. Anytime I'm at a counter to purchase something, gas station, diner, fast food, customer service desk, anything with a low counter, my balls rest right on it, like perfectly on the counter. I'm 6 feet 4. I avoid resting my balls on things though. Disrespectful. Airplanes in general. I fly a lot, and almost every time I do, the butthole in front of me decides he wants to lean his seat back, and almost every time he can't go all the way back because he is pushing against my goddamn legs. And you'd think he would let off and sit normally, but oh no, Jackass McGee just has to keep strangling the life out of my legs by trying to push his seat back all the way before eventually giving up. One time I was riding Space Mountain at Disneyland and my vehicle had to get pulled off of the track because a guy who was like 6 feet 5 couldn't get his lap bar down. Everyone has a light fixture or fan or low hanging something in their house that they never realize is low hanging until a tall person smashes their forehead into it. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.